Hello, everybody. Welcome to this chat. Today, I have with me Tyeisha Rene Misson Khoo. She's a youth cadet athlete. So, hi, Tyeisha.
Hello, Mr. Leslie. Thank you for having me here.
Thanks for joining me. So, Tyeisha, can you just tell everyone your school, what age you are, and what sport that you are doing right now?
Okay, currently I'm studying in Republic Polytechnic. I am 17 years old, studying in year one, and I do track and field. And my main event is 400 hurdles.
That's right. So last year you won the B Division 400-meter hurdles in a personal best time of 1 minute 6.01 seconds. Tell us
Yes.
about that race.
That race is really nerve-wracking because it was a race against myself, as I wanted to hit my personal best that I hit the week before, which was in Asian youth, and I hit the timing of 67.1 seconds there in Hong Kong.
That's a huge improvement.
Yes.
To improve by about just over 1 second. Tell us what made a difference. What have you been doing in the lead up to the Asian youth and the B division?
Prior to all the races that month, my coach and I been training really hard, and he's been giving me a lot of positive feedback and what to improve on and how to calm myself down before races, so I do not like panic halfway and mess up my steppings. And also during trainings, I have my friends and my training partners, so that really helped me because their encouragement would be like, it's tough, but you can do it. So don't give up. It'll be worth it. So these small words of encouragement really pushes me to do well and make my mom, my family proud. Yeah.
So in the 4 years that you were in sports school, tell us, you managed to go to a few countries, right, to compete?
Yes, I did.
So where did you go?
I went to Malaysia, Thailand, Hong Kong, and Australia, Perth.
So that's a lot of places in the 4 years.
Yes.
Did you enjoy it very much? What was it like to travel?
Traveling was fun because some of the places that I go to was my first time there, so it was quite fun for me. And the competition there, the competition level there was tougher than in Singapore, so that really give us a good gauge of where we are compared to the international competitors.
So out of curiosity, what CCAs did you do in primary school?
In primary school, I used to do Indian dance CCA. Sometimes I will help out in the library as well. And I also do JSA shooting from primary 4 to primary 6.
So tell us, what primary school did you attend?
I go to Huamin Primary, which is in Yishun. Yeah.
So you didn't have a track and field background in Huamin Primary?
Yes, I did not.
So tell us, how did you end up in the Singapore Sports School Track and Field Academy? That must be quite interesting.
In primary school, we usually have sports carnivals. So in our sports carnivals, we do like shuttle run, long run, standing broad jump, etc. So I will always do well in them and be one of the top few. So my PE teachers there are really encouraging. So once they spot potential, they would just like encourage you to go and follow your dreams and also like make you a better person in the future. Like give us a good foundation. So back then in 2015, they gave me a letter which writes open house to Singapore Sports School. Initially, I thought to myself, like, how could I go to a sports school without any sports background? So I was a bit scared to go to the open house because there was no way I could get into the school. So I just went for the school trials that time, initially for the shooting trials, but I didn't have my gear on hand, so I couldn't go for the trials.
So you wanted to go to sports school and give it a shot and try out the shooting trials?
Yes, I did.
So tell us what happened when you went.
When I went there, they said I didn't have my gear on hand, so I couldn't go for the shooting trials. After they said that, I was pretty disappointed because I didn't want to waste the time I had in GSA for nothing. So was pretty disappointed that I couldn't go for the trials. But my mom searched up and found out that there's a track and field trials later that evening. Yeah, so I decided like, why not? Let's try for a trial since we're here and not like waste this trip.
So what
So
happened at the track and field trials?
at the track and field trials, I was just having fun, just following what the coaches say, doing the mini hurdles and just running around. Yeah,
So when they selected you, well, you must have been very surprised.
definitely. Because I was quite shocked that they chose me because I didn't have a track and field background that gives me a disadvantage. So yeah, I was pretty shocked.
Why do you think they chose you?
I felt that I was very enthusiastic and my attitude to learn about the different events and like pushing myself, I think that's why they chose me. Yeah.
So you had no primary school track and field background. Were you the only one like that in the whole academy?
Yes, I was the only one there.
So how did
Yeah.
you feel and how did you cope?
Definitely feel pressured because everyone else was like doing quite well, especially in the sprints events and the jumps events. But I wasn't really well in both of them as well. So I was pretty stressed out because I really wanted to do it well, but I just didn't have that good foundation yet. So it was pretty tough. But my coach, which was Coach Remy, then and now still, that told me to like not give up and just continue pushing because like this attitude that I have just helps me to like get better. Yeah,
Do you remember some of the challenges you had to overcome in Sec 1?
definitely. Back then we had a 100-meter dash race. So I was running and like I didn't hit a very good timing or a timing that I thought I would hit. So that let me down quite a bit. And also that compared to my friends, my timing wasn't that good. So I was pretty down. Yeah.
So how did you end up in hurdles? It's not the easiest of events.
Yeah. In our lower secondary, our coaches and track and field academy is exposed to different events like hurdles, jumps, short put, sprints, long distance, etc. So, like through these 2 years of exposing to different events, I particularly like hurdles because it makes running more interesting. Instead of running in your own lane, you get to jump over things. So I think that's that made me very excited. So I kind of like hurdles since then till
What are
now.
the challenges when it comes to hurdles?
One of the challenges is the fear of crossing the hurdles after you fall. Yeah. For example, like you clip the hurdle during a training session, you'll definitely be scared because that fear is always there. So I think hurdlers trying to overcome that fear is one of the toughest things. Yeah.
Tell us what was the worst hurdles race you've had so far.
The worst hurdles race I had was last year in Hong Kong Intercity. I was doing 400 hurdles as well. I was 11 seconds off my personal best, which was pretty bad. I mean, very, very bad. Because due to a minor hamstring strain. Because prior to my race, I felt like a little soreness there, but I didn't really like think too much about it. I thought it was just regular sore from training, so I wasn't really focused on it until before my race. It started to get worse. So yeah,
But you still went ahead with the race.
yeah, definitely, because I didn't want to waste this chance flying all the way from Singapore to Hong Kong and not compete in anything. I feel more disappointed if I didn't run that race. Yeah,
So what
so I wanted
happened
to.
during the race?
After the first two hurdles, I felt okay, but then the pain shot up, and the pain was throughout. So I had no choice but to just strike through the whole race. Yeah,
So you had to back off and slow
yeah,
down.
definitely, because I didn't want to risk anything or make it a tear or anything. Yeah,
So how did you feel after that? What was your reaction
I
to
was so
this poor
sad.
race?
Yeah, I was very sad. I cried that whole day. Yeah, yeah.
Understandable. So on the flip side, tell us about the best hurdles race you've had so far.
think the best hurdles race I had was last year in Thailand. I got third. Yeah, Thailand was almost a month or 3 weeks after my Hong Kong Intercity race. Yeah, and I got third, and I beat my other rival since 2018. Yeah.
So why was it so satisfying?
In 2018, she got third and I got fourth by a small margin. So it was really close, and I was like pretty disappointed because it was super close, like less than point 0.1. So yeah, it was a bit disappointing. But then in 2019, I beat her and I got third and she got fourth. Yeah.
So it was not the color of the medal, but beating her that was more satisfying.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so what are you studying now?
Currently, I'm studying diploma in business and sports management. Yeah, in Republic Poly. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a through train program, right? That
Yes, definitely.
RP and SSP have put
Mhm.
together
Yeah.
for athletes like yourself. So how do you get onto this through train program? Can you share with everyone?
Yeah. When I was in sports school, secondary three, end of sec three, they will be giving out a letter saying whether you want to go to the O level route or the through train route. So, through train route is specialized for athletes who want to go long term. So, there's a few different choices. So, there's a business route to Ngee Poly and a sports route to Republic Poly. So, back then, I chose Republic Poly because I really wanted to do sports and no sports related jobs in the future. So when I choose the Republic Poly route, their schedule are planned out for athletes like us, especially those rigorous trainings. Like for example, our lessons are from 12 to 4:30 p.m. So we have time in the morning and after class to train. So this scheduled timing is really good for athletes like us.
So how many of you are in this cohort together?
In our class, I have 21 to 22 students.
So if it wasn't for COVID, you all would be together in class in sports school and then training before and after that.
Yes, pretty sad.
Okay. So the one difference now, of course, is that you're not staying in sports school anymore in boarding.
Yes, I'm not.
So
I'm
do
not
you
working anymore.
miss staying in boarding?
Definitely. I miss staying out with my friends, just talking and gossiping, and yeah, just chilling with each other after trainings, after class. Yeah,
Okay. Well, Tyeisha, thank you very much for sharing a little bit of the journey that you've taken.
no
Much
problem. Thank you
appreciated.
for having me here.
All right, so everybody, thank you for
Yeah.
taking the time to listen to this chat, and I will see you next time.
Bye.